Welcome back to my kitchen in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I'm Angela Amati, and today I'm making my sweet and savory Philly tarts. I'm going to a dinner party tonight, a potluck dinner party, so I wanted to make something with Philadelphia cream cheese that would taste delicious and travel well, and these tarts are going to be a winner with all my... Earlier today, I poached some pears in a sweet and savory liquid, and through the magic of editing, I can show you how I did it. So I'm just poaching some Bosc pears in wildflower honey, brown sugar, sea salt, sage, and black pepper. So we're going to get that sweet and savory pear. We're going to cook these until they're soft, but yet still hold their shape. We're going to let them cool and refrigerate them. Then we're going to slice them up, and they're going to go into our sweet and savory Philly tartlets. Sweet and savory pears are going to make an excellent topping to my whipped cream cheese mixture for these sweet and savory tarts. I have my store-bought mini pie shells. Now I'm using, so you can use any kind of pie shell that you like. Just follow the directions on the box and make sure you cook them properly. You want to have a nice light golden tart, but we're putting these back in the oven later on for 5 to 7 minutes, so you don't want them to overcook and become dry. So I've cooked my tarts, I have those ready to go. I've also poached my pears, and I'm using Bosc pears because I find they cook a little bit faster and they're deliciously sweet. I've poached them in some honey and sage, sea salt, black pepper, and brown sugar with butter. And you want to cook them until they're a beautiful golden color, and then we're going to cool them, and that, which I've done already, and that way they're easy to slice and they can go into our wonderful tarts. I've also crisped up some pancetta, which is Italian bacon, and you'll notice that I haven't cooked it. I'm able to hold the pancetta up, so it is cooked. However, it is not completely well done. I normally like a little more crispy, but as I said, we are putting these tartlets back in the oven once we assemble them. So I left them a little bit underdone, and that way they can be cooked to perfection once we pop these tarts in the oven later on. So to make these wonderful tartlets, we have our tarts, we have our pears, we have our pancetta. Now to make the Philly filling. We're using 1 tub of whipped Philly cream cheese, which is 4 ounces, and 2 ounces of gorgonzola. Now the gorgonzola I put in the microwave for 15 seconds just to soften it, and that way I'll easily be able to hand mix the mixture together. Oh, just look at that delicious whipped Philly. So we're going to add it to the gorgonzola. I can't wait till my friends try these. And we're going to mix this together just with a fork. It's so easy to work with. And whipped Philadelphia cream cheese makes such a luxurious filling for these tartlets. Topped with the sweet and savory pear and the crispy pancetta. Oh, it's just a wonderful combination. So I've just mixed this all together by hand, as you can see. And we're going to spoon a teaspoon into the bottom of each tartlet. About a teaspoon there, and we're going to just plop it in. You basically want enough to cover the bottom of the tartlet shell, because the Philly filling is the star of this tartlet. So you want to make sure that people get a good bite of it. When this goes back into the oven, it will melt so beautifully. And this ratio of filling, the 1 tub of the whipped cream cheese and the 2 ounces of the gorgonzola makes 16 tarts. So now I've assembled my tartlets with the cream cheese filling, and as you can see, I've put a healthy amount in each tart, and I've covered the bottom. We want a lot of this Philadelphia cream cheese filling in these tartlets. It is the star of the dish, so make sure that you cover the bottom. Now we're ready to move on to the next step, which is slicing our Bosc pears that have been chilling after I poached them in that wonderful sweet and savory liquid, and we're going to add them to our mini tartlets. Just look at the golden brown color on the pear. I cut them into halves because I find you can see that they're cooked, they're soft, but they still hold their shape, and they're a beautiful golden brown color. And they've been chilled, so now it's going to make it easy to make decorative slices. So I'm going to add 1 healthy slice of pear over my cream cheese mixture, pushing down lightly. 1 disc of pancetta. And we're going to keep doing this until all 16 tarts are done. These tarts are so easy to make. The key is just to have everything ready to go. So if you wanted to cook the pears in advance, like if I wanted to cook them yesterday and get them in the fridge, it's one of those appetizers that really make your guests happy. But there's really little work involved in making them. They're so easy to make. So all my tartlets are assembled and they're ready to go in the oven. The oven is at 300 degrees and we're going to pop them in there for 5 to 7 minutes just to warm the cheese and have all those flavors just mesh together. My sweet and savory tartlets are out of the oven and they smell and look delicious. Now we're going to let them cool for 2 to 3 minutes, pop them on this wonderful platter, and then garnish them with some fresh sage. Some reserved liquid from when I poached the pears in that sweet and savory sauce. So I just drizzle for the garnish right over the top after I put the sage leaf on. My Philadelphia sweet and savory tartlets, full of luxurious Philly cream, gorgonzola, poached pear, topped with a delicious savory sage leaf. It wouldn't be right to serve one of my favorite appetizers without sampling first. So before I head out, I'm just going to give this tartlet a try. Oh, it's so flaky and delicious. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm going to make it to that dinner party. I could just stay here and eat these mini tartlets all night long. The whipped Philadelphia cream cheese mixed with the gorgonzola and topped with this delicious poached pear is such a wonderful combination. These luxurious tarts have just brought pure joy to my Sunday afternoon. And I hope they do the same for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Amati from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I hope to see you all real soon.